see, you try to break us up, but we always come back.
Yeah.
We're like that stone.
Like that stone. So the Most High made us like a stone, man. Hey, how about a stone in your shoe? Are you walking down the street and you feel that?
It could be that little, but it feel like it's a basketball in your goddamn shoe, man.
That's right. So we're that stone. That's why you hate us. But the Most High, how about Shimmy Al-Shai, made us to be that stone.
He put the spirit on us, man.
He put the spirit on us.
He put the spirit on us.
That stony spirit. Yeah.
That's why you guys are so mad and pricked in the brain, man, because that's a stone, man. That's like, and I got to piggyback on what this brother said, because I do hardwood floors now, but I used to do construction work, and man, I've had to dig holes, and when you come across rocks, and the damn, man, that pisses you off, because you know you're going to have to bust your ass. And sometimes you may come across boulders on the ground. They got to go and rent, your boss got to rent the damn jackhammer. And actually try to chip that damn thing up and break it up, man.
Because you ain't going no further if you don't get that stone out. And over here in the state of Connecticut, the code is 42 inches. So you have to go 42 inches to pour the concrete. All right, how's that for a bummer light? You scoffers and scorners wouldn't know anything about that. But anyway, I'm going to finish the scripture and pass it along. It says, and whosoever shall fall on this stone, so we're that stone. Actually, Yahushua is the stone. But
likened unto that stone.
We're likened unto that stone. We're coming in the spirit of Yahushua. Who is that stone? Because that's the same stone.
We're doing his work.
We're doing his work. We're saying, if Yahushua was back, which he is in the heavens, but if he was back on the earth now, he would be saying and doing the same thing that we're doing. All right?
They would hate. They would hate Yahushua.
You would hate Yahushua.
They would hate Yahushua. They would hate the disciples. They would hate the apostle Paul.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. So it says, and whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder.
For example, they coming up against us with this thing. What is that? The Leviticus 23rd chapter, like the 15, 16 verse about the first fruits of Pentecost. And they're saying that we're going off. We're not going off, man.
That's right.
So you're trying to attack us on that. Anything that you bring out, like the new moon thing, we show you in the scriptures. We go back and forth with you on the comment board, and we show you certain things, and that's not true. Yeah, because you can't see it, because you're a fucking dummy, man.
That's right.
You can't understand it. I have asked this question many a times, man. I said if you had the new moon, and then you had like the first month of the new moon, or the beginning of the year, so to speak, 14 days after that at evening is a Passover, right? But now you have a different calendar where you got, Friday sundown and Saturday sundown, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, see, Romans didn't even use them terms, man. Okay? They didn't use them same terms as Esau today. Remember, the pagan Roman Empire, you had what was called Julian calendar, named after Julius Caesar. Then during the time of the 15th century, I believe it was changed to the Gregorian calendar set up by Pope Gregory at that time, which he was most likely a Jake. So now, let's go back to the time of David. Did David have two calendars? Did any of those? Did Solomon have two calendars? Nope. They had one calendar for the Passover. Okay, the Passover. Okay, the new moon. Okay, all right. Okay, we pull out the other calendar. Okay, Friday's coming down. They didn't worship no Friday, man. There was no Friday during the time of King David, during the time of Solomon, during the time of Rehoboam, during the time of Jehu, during the time of Saul, during the time of Joshua. They didn't have no Friday back then.
They didn't have no calendar.
So that's bugging you guys out that you can't get the understanding, but you're not meant to get the understanding, man.
That's
the Most High have close your eyes, and we ain't running. And if you notice, when you come on our comment board, it's very rare we take your comment down or block you.
Right?
Did you notice that?
Right.
It's very rare, and then when you make comments, it's very rare that we don't come back and reply to your comments.
Right.
If it's not me, it's somebody else. So we're likened unto that stone, man.
That
Great
stone.
millstone.
The stone in your shoe that you can't get rid of. Hey,
The stone is dirty, man. The stone don't look pretty.
Yep, stone
and the
is-
stone ain't uniformed and nice. A stone is rough,
Yep.
you know.
But oh, is it beautiful for building? Try building with sand. See how long some of your foundation lasts. You want to build with stone, man. Anyway, I wanted to say they didn't have no calendars back then. You had something called the moon or the new moon watches. You guys don't know nothing about that.
That was a calendar, if you want
Yeah,
to call it that.
a physical calendar. All right, those guys, the new moon watches. It was their job to watch for the new moon, to count the days, so that when the high holy day came up, it was kept perfectly. That was their job. So they had a very special job. Now, what took place of their job today is the watch that you have on your wrist and the calendar. All right, but back in in those days, you had people that actually, that was their job. That's what they did. They watched for especially the tribe of Issachar. Were they not the tribe that watched the heavens? Yep. Did not our history say that?
That's right. You have something?
Yeah, because when you look it up, back in the ancient world, they would announce the new moon. They would be on the highest mounts in the cities. Yep, with the trumpet. They would end the full moon too. Okay, but when you go, all you got to do is look, Google new moon and look at the history of it. You guys just don't like GMS. You just don't like GMS, and that's why you totally done been ran out of here through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, because you don't got no breakdowns. Your whole breakdown is, I don't like the ha. Elder Gabar is an Edomite.
Yeah, the elders digging their ass. Somebody put that on the comment board. When I was there, one of the elders dug in their ass.
I'm sorry if I may. Look, you call me an Edomite. They call Yahushua the devil, all right? They called him the devil. They said when Yahushua did a miracle, they said, you know where he gets that power from? He gets it from Beelzebub. So nothing pleases you niggas, man. It talks about John the Baptist came neither eating nor drinking, and you said that he has a devil. Yeah, you niggas. That was you in the past. You said he had a devil. Then Yahushua came eating and drinking. You said, behold, a man gluttonous and a wine bibber. So you always had a problem with the prophets.
I got some real quick. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 10, verse 10. Also in the day of your gladness and in your solemn days and in the beginnings of your months, you shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your power. I am the Lord your power. So what was a memorial? They had to blow the trumpets on the new moons on certain feast days, when they had to gather the congregation, where there was to gather the heads of the congregation to give them a certain instruction to give to the people, or whether it was to gather the men of war to go to war. There were different ways the trumpet was blown in order to convey a certain message. You know, so that's how they kept the so-called calendar back then. You know.
I'll pass it this real quick. Psalm 81:3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
Look at that.
I got something right here, Luke 14, 28 and 29. Now, this is why we get on you guys and make fun of you guys, because you started this thing. Well, you admitted that, Blue, that back in the day you used to go out there on the highways and the byways. You used to go out there in the brick cold. You don't do that no more. Why? Because you didn't count the cost. And the same thing with you, Hill Hook. You didn't count the cost. You said, I'm going to go out there. And you bragged about how you went out in the brick cold up in Boston, and you came down here. And then you said you're going to set up your own thing and go on the street. Now you're teaching. Now you're going contrary to everything that we taught through this, based upon the scriptures. So now we're getting on you guys. It says here, Luke 14:28. It says, for which are you intending to build a tower? The tower being this truth. You're building yourself. You're building a spiritual tower, so to speak. Sitteth not down first and counteth the cost. See, when you come into this truth, you got to say, well, am I willing to, what if I have to do this for the next 50 years? Am I willing to do it? Because a lot of you guys do, well, I'm going to do 3 years. If nothing happened, I'm going back in the world. You know, if they give me too many tests, I'm going back. I'm going to do my own thing.
I got to hold a sign.
That's right. It says, count it the cost, whether he have sufficient